Are you tired of writing same calculations multiple times in Excel? So what if I told you there's a way to write simpler formulas and make them faster and easier to read? That is exactly what the let function does. Let me show you how to do that very quick. So the let function is pretty straightforward. It allows you to assign names to calculations within a formula. The let syntax requires at least one argument. You have your function name called let, then the first argument is name1, then the value for name1, name2, then the value for name2. You could have name3, then the value for name3, name4, and so on. And the final part of the function is your calculation. So take, for example, we say let x be 10, y be 20. Then our final calculation is x plus y divided by 2. That's when we have 15. So these two were just introduced. So a quick example also, we could say let a be 10, b be 20. Then my calculation could now be probably a, you could see I could reference a back within same formula, plus b, hit enter. We're supposed to have 30, right? I could just edit it. It could be a minus b. I have same results, you see. So you could perform any calculation on that names that you've given within same formula. Now, let's look at some useful and real-world cases or scenarios where let function would be helpful. Sales commission calculation. A sales team earns a commission based on their sales performance. If sales is greater than $10,000, commission equals 10%. If sales is less than or equal to $10,000, commission equals 5%. So let's calculate commission for each salesperson using the let function and another one without the let function. So to start with the one without the let function, go to the formula bar and type equals to if, and say if sales in C11 is greater than $10,000, comma, value if 2 would be sales in C11 multiply by the commission for $10,000, which is 0.1, which is 10%, comma, if value if false would now be sales in C11 multiply by the commission for less than or equal to 10,000, which is 0.055%. Close the brackets, hit enter. You get a value of $1,200. Copy the formula down. So you can see that for each commission that each salesperson will be getting, that we've actually calculated it. So now let's calculate the one with the let function. Go to the formula bar and type equals to let. Our name one will be sales, which is in C11. So let sales be the record in C11, comma, hit enter, alt enter to go to the next line. Then let's calculate name 2, which is commission for each salesperson. So that is our name for the second calculation. So the value for that name will now be a function of if. So we just incorporate if function there and say if sales. So we could actually reference sales back in this case rather than referencing C11 like we did in the first instance. So if sales is greater than $10,000, comma, value that is 2, return 0.1%, which is 10%. Value if false, return 0.05%, which is 5%. Close the bracket, comma, hit enter. Then move to the next line with alt enter. So our calculation now will be sales multiplied by commission, because I will just reference sales and commission in this let function. So that makes the formula to be easier and neater. Hit enter, we get same results. So which one would you be going for? Is it the one with the if function or the one with the let function? So let me know in the comment section. And payroll tax calculation with let function. An HR department needs to calculate tax based on salary slabs. If salary is less than $2,000, the employee won't pay any tax. If the salary is between $2,000 and $5,000, the employee should pay 10% tax. And if salary is greater than $10,000, the employee would definitely be paying a 20% tax. So we're going to calculate tax amounts and net salary based on the monthly salary and the tax rates that we have in column C and column D. So let's start with the tax amount first in column E. So based on the monthly salary that we have there. So we'll be calculating a salary tax rate based on 10% or 20%. So go to the tax amount and say let salary, which is our name in C11, be salary. Alt enter to go to the next line and say then tax rates will now be our name too. Then the calculation for tax rates, or what we want our tax rate should be, will now be a function of if salary in C11 is less than or equal to $2,000, the employee won't be paying no tax. So value, if that is true, it should return 0 for that result, comma, alt enter to go to the next line to move forward. If salary, we reference salary back from above, is less than or equal to $5,000, value if true, it should return a tax rate of 10%. Value if false, it should return a tax rate of 20%, which is 0.2. Close the brackets. Close the bracket one more time. Then comma. Alt enter to move to the next line. Then now let's calculate tax amount. That will be salary multiplied by the tax rates that we have above there, based off of what is returned. Is that 0 or 10% or 20%? So let's move to the net salary. So we should use let function for this also. So equals to let salary equals to the monthly salary in C11, comma. So tax rates will then be a name, then the value for tax rates will now be a function of if also. So if salary from above is less than or equal to $2,000, comma, return a tax rate of 0%, comma, alt enter to move to the next line. If salary from above is less than or equal to $5,000, comma, then return the tax rates of 0.1, which is 10%, or 0.2, which is 20%. Close the brackets one more time, then comma, enter to move to the next line. Then you say your tax would now be, so our tax would now be salary multiply by tax rates. So that will be our tax, which is the tax amount we have in column E there. Then comma, so we could definitely just calculate the net salary, which is salary minus the tax. That should automatically give us the net salary. Then copy the formula down. Easy peasy as that. So another way we could also do is just subtract the monthly salary from the tax amount calculated earlier before to get same results. But dynamically, it is also cool to use the let function. So let me know which one you will prefer to use between the net salary of let function and the simple calculation of net salary by simple subtraction of monthly salary and tax amounts. Employee bonus calculation. A company calculates bonuses based on employee performance, ratings, and tenure. If rating is less than or equal to 4 and tenure is above 5 years, the bonus for that employee will be $5,000. If rating is less than or equal to 4 and tenure is less than or equal to 5 years, the bonus will be $3,000. Rating is just less than 4 without any tenure recorded, the bonus will be $1,000. Let's calculate ratings and tenure based on, let's calculate the bonuses rather based on the rating and tenure that we have. So go to the formula bar and say equals to let rating, comma, that is the first name. So the value for rating is in C14, comma, then Alt Enter to move to the next line. So our tenure, which is name 2, would be in D14, then comma. Then we need to calculate the bonus. Alt Enter to move to the next line to calculate the bonus. So bonus, which is name 3, comma, the calculation for bonus will now be a function of if rating from above is less than or equal to 4, comma, that is the only record we have for rating. Then tenure, if tenure is greater than 5 years from our logical options that we have there, is greater than 5 years, comma, they want to return $5,000, comma, if that is false, it should return $3,000, comma, close the bracket rather, comma. So value if false is the last rating, which is $1,000 if the employee only have less than 4 rating. So all we have to do is just return the bonus that we've calculated from earlier before. Hit enter. So we have our bonus result there. So you could see for Sarah is $5,000 bonus, for Mike 8,000, for Lisa $3,000 bonus. Students grading system. Teacher wants to assign grades dynamically based on student scores. The grading system includes greater than 90, the grade would be A. Between 80 and 89, the grading would be B. Between 70 and 79, that will be C. Below 70, that is F. Let's calculate the grades based off the score of each student. So you go to the grade column, move to the formula bar and type equals to select score, which is in column C14. That's the value for score. Then Alt Enter to move to the next line. Then grades, where our name 2. The value for grades would be a function of if score. So you can also always reference our score back. If score is greater than or equal to 90, the grade would definitely be A, comma, Alt Enter to move to the next line. If score is greater than or equals to 80, the grade definitely would be grade of B. So that would be grade B. Then if score is greater than or equal to 70, that was the next line of code or next line in Excel. So that would be score greater than or equal to 70. That will be a grade of C, comma. Otherwise, if none of the above is met, value if false should be a grade of F. Close the bracket 3 times. So all we have to do is just return the grade calculated from above, which is grade. Then close the bracket and hit enter. So you can see for Aisha below, that is a grade of A. Score is greater than 90. So for David, a grade of B. You can see the grade of each student based off the score from column C using the let function. Financial forecasting with the let function. So a financial analyst forecasts revenue based on growth rates and historical data. So the formula to calculate revenue is previous revenue multiplied by 1 plus growth rate. But we know that growth rate varies by quarter. So based off information that we have here, which is the previous revenue and growth rate, let's calculate and forecast revenue. So we go to the formula bar and type equals to let's and say let's previous revenue, which is the name that we've come up with, comma, be the value in C12, then comma, then growth rate, which is the second name that we need to create here. Growth rate, the value for growth rate would be the record in D12, comma. So Alt Enter to move to the next line as usual. Then we need to calculate revenue for the column revenue that we have here. So revenue would be, comma, so the calculation for revenue will now be the previous revenue multiply by 1, open bracket, 1 plus growth rates that we've created earlier, the growth rates that we have earlier there, close the brackets, then comma. All we have to do is just press enter to move to the next line, then return the revenue calculation that we have here. Sorry, so that will be revenue. Close the brackets, hit enter. So we have our revenue based off of 5% growth rate from the previous revenue that we have there. So that's how you use let function to calculate and forecast financial analysis in Excel. So that will be the end for this let function video in Excel. If you want me to analyze and break down another function for you in Excel, do let me know the name of the function in Excel. I'll do my best to make a video just for you. As usual, I will see you in the next video on the channel or in the next live stream on the channel. Do well to give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye for now.